dropping to Powder here, but I heard Powder and Schismatron have to go and play their Swedish Championship match, so we're putting that on hold. Also, Hype from Tempestorm dropped his match too. So if you want to follow along with us, you can go ahead and go again to tournament.com. But other than that, we're going to get straight to the match. So this is where I step away and let Amaz, Lothar, and Nimsh cast the rest of the series.
Thank you so much, Frodan. And we already see the screen for the first game, Firebat versus Zalae. Hunter versus
I guess
Warlock.
Demon Lock, right? Because there's a Sylvanas. So that I guess that indicates also there will be Mal'Ganis in the deck.
Exactly, yeah. It is the mid-range Demon Zoo kind of
One
thing.
of my favorite decks.
Right,
and,
right.
I just don't play personally the Sylvanas in this deck, but it's one of... It has great synergy with other cards that you have, like PO or Void Terror.
Void Terror,
right?
yeah. It's a really strong card. And over at Firebat, we see Hunter's Mark, so it's probably mid-range Hunter. See, I actually know all their decks. I'm just going to pretend I don't. So we have something to talk about.
Why would you? Like, you can predict what will happen. That's,
that's
that's great insight for us because we don't know the exact decks.
Yeah, but I don't want to say too much. Otherwise, you guys have nothing to say.
Yeah, also we can say like, oh, he didn't play this because he has this in his deck.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Don't want to spoil the decks as well.
Well, the opening draw for Firebat is kind of sad.
Yeah, it's pretty abysmal. It reminds me of my Hunter game just now.
Don't be sold here, man.
On the other hand, Zalae's opening is amazing with the M Gangbos and Egg, Hunt Creeper.
Well, do you want to play Hunt Creeper?
Yeah, you usually want to play a thing that has an attack to contest any creatures that come out.
But you know that Zalae probably knows that Firebat plays mid-range Hunter, right? So maybe playing the in-game Ghost on turn 2 is more powerful.
Oh, I mean, then you won't be... You don't have a turn 1 play. You want to play a minion every turn, basically. So with this, it's just a better curve, right? So now he can egg, and then he can get boss next turn, and just follows the curve.
He also picks up PO, which is important to activate the egg later. He has the Defender Vargas, though. So for now, it looks like Zalae has a pretty good curve with a turn 3 Gang Boss into Defender Vargas.
Yeah, and that's not what Firebat wants to see, so... not really a turn right now, unfortunately.
What was he looking for? Animal Companion mostly?
Yeah, Animal Companion would be good. Even like a Eagle Horn Bow just to equip it would be fine. Mad Scientist, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, Mad Scientist is one of the most important cards for every Hunter deck. So getting those as soon as possible would be the dream. But unfortunately, in this situation, you can't even play Abusive Sergeant because then you give your opponent the option to pop the egg.
Yeah, you don't want that. Abusive Sergeant would be terrible, yeah.
You don't have even an option to clear it apart from Glaive Zuka Hunter's Mark, which is terrible. Instead of board control and hand management.
Oh man, double.
Wow.
That's just even worse.
One of the worst Hunter.
Right.
This also makes Firebat play switch to aggressive playstyle, I think. Like, if he has damage in his hand, do you want to play control with kill commands? I
mean, mid-range Hunter is a kind of deck to play kind of control-ish. You kind of want to clear the board and then use your minions to go for face while you clear more stuff with like, your face, your weapons and whatnot. So it's definitely a very troubling situation right now. You see he didn't even smack with the Glazuka because he can't race at this point, right? Your opponent has like 2 minions that are going to be 3 soon and just 1 minion every turn. And yeah, just have to like try and clear the board, fight Unleash the Hounds or something.
Yeah. And it's interesting how this matchup changed after inclusion of Ngangos. Like before, just Unleash the Hounds and maybe Explosive Trap was enough to stop the Warlock. And right now it's so difficult with all those Ruben X and Gangos as well.
Yeah, and the Argus is not making things any better right now.
Definitely. Just getting the Gangos out of range and making it difficult to go through.
Right. So
this is so painful to watch. Like really, the Hunter's Mark usually it's still a great deal. It's 4 damage for 0 mana, right?
Right.
But there's a 1/1.
Yeah.
After that, so attack. So not only got 3 damage to the face, but you also spawn new minion that can trade with whatever it can be. It's on board. It's really painful.
Okay, you can see the excitement in the crowd as people are like gasping.
Look at that snag with a spider in it. It's like from Aliens.
Oh man.
Can you tap here instead of just going for abusive? You definitely want to PO.
Yeah, you want to PO and you want to play in-game boss too, so I guess you don't want to tap.
Are we rushing with the PO on the Ribbon Egg, or do you want to PO the Imp maybe and keep
I
the
think
egg
you PO the Imp just to deny the Unleash the Hounds with more Hounds. Because it's turn 5, so if there would be like Unleash the Hounds with Knife Juggler, maybe it can turn around then.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess it depends on whether you want to, put more pressure on the board. Because your opponent hasn't played like a lot of cards, right? He passed turn 2,
Yeah.
effectively passed turn 3 and 4 as well. So, yeah.
You would expect Savannah Jaime.
You would expect Savannah Jaime and like Unleash the Hounds. It's something that he can't play, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good observation, I guess.
It's fine to put more minions on board. Even if there's an Unleash, the Ruben Egg is going to stop it mostly.
Okay.
Well, my only concern would be the Unleash the Hounds with a Knife Juggler. Like, Unleash the Hounds itself doesn't really do much.
There's Leper Gnome.
Oh,
but
Leper Gnome.
not really a great 6-drop, so it means that this is more of a hybrid, right?
Yeah, you could say that, but we didn't see any Wolf Riders yet. And we see a Belcher, so it's not really a hybrid. Belchers are usually found in mid-range Hunter only.
Is
Well,
it a Firebat Hunter?
It's a Firebat Hunter. Secret recipe or something?
Possibly. I mean, Firebat is bringing a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, but it's definitely not working out right now, you know? Yeah, this is tough.
What
do you do?
will be the most awful drop here.
And Leok isn't any better, so...
Yeah, it's on Misha, it's like 33%.
Right.
And afterwards, if you get the Animal Companion, you want to kill command anything. If you would have like Eagle Homebore out, you could have killed the egg and then kill command the spider, but oh,
Yeah.
that didn't
That
quite
really
hit
does...
the mark.
It didn't even do... it was really hard. So... Back to over to Zalae. He's in a commanding position. He just needs to draw something to put down, you know,
Like
anything.
Void Color.
Like, okay, not that.
Yeah,
but-
that's the worst card.
And he can still tap.
Yeah, he's gonna tap, of course.
It's better to tap than to play the Inflamen.
Well, let's see what he gets. Oh, that's
Sea
pretty good.
Giant.
That is...
He can
Well,
Actually,
that's
it's the
perfect.
best.
That's perfect.
That is the best. So
Yeah.
just, you know, put everything down. Probably want to clear your opponent's board, and you're good. Just thinking whether to draw the Flame Imp or not. Like, you know, you have to watch your health against Hunters all the time, but...
Well, with 3 cards in Hunter's hand, you
Yeah.
can make an assumption that there is nothing that's going to stop you anyway.
Pretty much.
And even like Flame Imp, it provides another Hound, but it's not going to die to a Hound. So now you have to assess if there is a possibility where you're going to die with this board. If there is like Unleash, Kill Command, you're still in a good spot.
Yeah.
Well,
All you need to do
even
is...
if attack face here, he doesn't have set up lethal for next turn.
Yeah, all you need to do is just set up for lethal for next turn, right?
Well, he can't. Because there's not enough damage.
Oh, if
It's
you watch up with the
8-11.
3?
Attacking a Leper Gnome is not respecting the explosive.
Like, this is 8, 11, 12, 14, 15 damage next turn.
Yeah, so he needs to top deck something like a Doom
Like a
Guard or
PO.
something.
Pure Doomguard.
Yeah. But now, yeah, Unleash the Hounds would have been fine. Well, actually not fine because there's a Sea Giant and you already
Yeah.
used the Hunter's Mark, so I don't know, this is pretty much game, actually. It's just that Firebat missed the first 3 turns as a Hunter. And
That doesn't end good
yeah,
most of the time.
most of the time you can't do that as a mid-range Hunter.
But overall, this matchup is not great for Hunter anyway.
Overall, actually, I think it's kind of close. It depends on like how many freezing traps you run, because like freezing trap is actually huge. If your mass sciences can trade for something and freeze, for example, Imp Game Boss, it's actually pretty big. And with like, it depends on how many Unleashes you run as well, right?
And you have to hit the Unleash, yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit at some point.
Isn't an option to Firebat have lethal next turn? He went all phase with everything, so he has to pop the egg first.
Okay.
So if he draws like quick shot, he also has to drop.
Well, there's no way this Knife Juggler is surviving if
Yeah,
Zalae
of
doesn't have
course.
lethal, right? So I guess Zalae is a little bit troubled because your opponent can go like, I don't know, Beast and Kill Command and Quick Shot into lethal. Is that even possible? That is
That's
possible.
I'm counting
A
it.
Web Spinner.
I'm just counting it. Like Web Spinner for 1 mana. You have 7 mana left. Then Kill Command.
Kill Command,
so
Quick Shot, Hero Power. That's 7.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the maximum.
That's the maximum.
And that's 5, 7, 10 damage.
And weapon attack, that's
And
not enough. So if
Yeah,
the-
but that you have a taunt hitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So since you're so ahead, I would say that you should play Dr. Broom, right?
Yeah, basically trade like
Right. Makes sense. Does
What
exactly
about Unleash
that.
Hounds? Wait. If there would be
Nah.
Unleash the Hound.
Wait, Unleash the House does it?
3, that's 7. So
It would
3,
be pretty close.
3, so that's
No, but
4,
it's not.
that's 9, 11. That's. Wait, the Unleash Hounds would be lethal.
Unleash the Hound's double quick shot finishes the game.
Unleash the Hounds. Well,
7,
the Abusive
3,
actually
4,
flows 1 mana
9.
off, so yeah.
Well, never mind.
Well, we don't
Well,
need to know.
Yeah, this is just...
This is game anyway.
Alright.
Firebat does the honorable Sudoku here.
Yep, and the Zula, the Demon Zoo is through, so, you know.
Well, it's
the Warlock is out.
Yeah, Warlock is out, it's true.
It's very curious that he uses the Sea Giant in the Demon Lock variation, because he has Void Colors, right?
I would assume that any deck that has Sylvanas has Void Colors.
Amas can confirm.
Yeah.
Or
I would
deny.
assume. Right? I mean, it's kind of weird if you run Sylvanas
that be a
without
very
running
strong
Color
assumption?
No, you probably mean the Void Terrors, right?
Void Terrors.
Yeah, but I was talking about Void Colors.
Yeah, but because if there's Sylvanas, it's a Demon Zoo, and Demon Zoo runs a Void Color.
Yeah,
So that's kind of like you picture it. If it's like the regular zoo, there's no Sylvanas, and if there's like well, that's the only two choices, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I just don't like Sea Giant and Demon Lock, like pure Demon Lock, you know?
Okay, and why is that?
Because most of the time you're not having like a full board that you can,
Okay.
you know, you're not playing Haunted Creeper as an example. Or
Okay,
something
but
like
I would
that.
argue that CJ actually won the game for him. Because
Yeah,
he
of course,
played it.
yeah.
So it's very clutch, I think. Maybe 2 is a bit too clunky, but like 1 is actually very reasonable, I think. You have Implosion as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It depends on the deck composition, of
That's
course. So
true.
without seeing the full list, it's like really hard to analyze
true,
these,
yeah.
the choices here.
So here we go again. Zalae looks like he has another good matchup. It's going to be Hunter versus Druid, and Firebat's hand looks pretty abysmal.
So we don't know
Again.
yet which counter is this. This can be the mid range.
Yeah, we can't tell at the moment, at least. It could be Face Hunter.
And fortunately for Firebat, he can actually throw away those cards.
Fortunately, I'm not really sure about fortunately.
Well, it's not the pre-mulligan hand. It's not
Okay,
after.
sure.
Imagine having this hand after the mulligan.
Okay, yeah, that would be bad. But swipe, you only keep swipe if you're against like aggressive hunter because, like, you want to develop your own minions as well. You want to find wild growth as well.
Well,
so.
Innervate is more important than the
Right.
Wild Growth in this situation. Well, you have the coins. You can Wild Growth on turn 1, which is
Exactly what
probably
he's
better
gonna do.
because you have Shade of Extremis 2. Then you coin out. Then you play Swipe on turn 3, which is really great, and you still have the Shade who can trade in the upcoming turns.
On the other hand, a really
Right.
good hand for Zalae as well, for Hunter. With Hunter Creeper into Juggler.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So now you just lay the creeper, and you know,
It's beautiful.
it is beautiful, and it is face hunter.
Oh man!
Twitch says it's a mork. Smork.
Is it Smork, really? With Rocking Golem, it can still be hybrid, but then the difference is not that huge.
Double
Yeah,
Swipe. That's
yeah.
huge, though.
Double swipe is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll see
Especially
what
when you
animal
cure about.
companion this is gonna be. I mean, Huffer is the best, I guess.
Well, Leok is not that bad either. It's just Misha's the worst one.
Misha is the worst.
At least the Juggler survive.
The juggler does survive.
But I think you just
Swipe it
allow
straight.
him to have the Knife Juggler for 1 turn. Because you have the second swipe, right?
Okay. So
But
you're
it kinda
committing to
tele-
swiping both turns?
It kind of telegraphs that he has an other option to clear the Knife Juggler because Druid doesn't want to use hero power to clean off a creature that dealt like 9 damage in
never.
this situation,
Never,
right?
never.
So he indicates I have either Wrath or Swipe. Oh, he swipes that, so he wants to attack with the Shadow Extremis. Okay, that's
clears
also
the
an
board.
option, yeah.
He does have the follow-up. He has the Lothar and Druid of the Claw. So just
you really
Yeah,
want to
it's
play
not
a
bad.
5-drop, yeah, so that makes sense. Kill command is absolutely not what you want to see. So
That
Those
seems
kill
to be the
commands.
theme for the Hunters.
just draw all your kill commands
It's
early
like
on.
Firebat is getting them all the time.
Yeah, but this is Zalae, you know. So it's probably going to be a creeper and hero power here, right? You don't want to ramp up your opponent
Yeah,
even
yeah,
more.
that's definitely the best option here.
Yeah.
By the
And
way, Kill Command in German version is actually Fetch.
fetch.
Yeah.
That's
Fast.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So fetch, 5 damage.
Here, you got a branch.
Oh my god, that hurts a lot.
Coruscant is pretty good for Firebat.
Yeah.
Especially because now Zalae is not putting that much aggression with the spider.
So needs an owl basically here. That would be like the best draw.
Quick shot. Now that's terrible.
Yep.
Well, you can use Kill Command, clean off,
And just hero power.
and Hero Power.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I
Simple
mean, it's
turns.
not to mention it's kind of your only play, I guess.
Yeah, it's the only play, and then on turn 6 you will probably play Archon Golem, and the best draw would have been
Abusive Sergeant.
Abusive
probably.
Sergeant, exactly,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you curve
yeah.
out to Hero Power, and you want to squeeze that Hero Power each turn.
Or something like Leper Gnome, for example.
Leper
Like,
Gnome is
that
not bad
works.
either, yes, because it practically it will do
It's
the
the same
same
thing.
as
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Abusive
yeah,
Sergeant,
exactly.
yes.
Right. But here, this turn, he has to clear the bearer.
Yeah, there's not much to do. Samas, are you more happy or sad that the guys are facing each other?
Well, obviously, we don't want them to face each other because if they don't, they can get 2 wins, a possible 2 wins, right?
Yeah, but then again, Archon wins.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's not like
but
this
it's not like
deciding
that.
round,
Yeah,
right?
it's not like that.
Who are
Oh,
you?
wow.
Ancient of Law, wow, he has everything.
That's a very good draw, actually.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But 18 is not that much.
18 is not that much, but 23 is a little bit more.
Yeah, but still. Mad Scientist, oh,
No,
kind of awkward draw.
Not what you
here.
want to see either.
It seems
Yeah.
like the aggression stopped kind of from Zalae. He has that Arcane Golem and a lot of burst, but how damage is it in total? That's 10 points of damage, 12 if there is a decent board.
Well, you're gonna count kill command as 5 always, right? So 5 plus you know what's 7 in the hand, so 12 damage. Like you said, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, but then again, you have to split it into turns. You
Yeah.
will not be able to play
I
everything.
guess the play here is Mad Scientist, Hero Power, Quickshot face. And go face with everything. Because
Oh, that
you want
doesn't
to
feel good
deal-
at all.
Excuse me?
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but if you want to win this matchup and you feel like falling behind right now, right?
Mhm.
So you want to maximize the usage of mana.
Oh,
And
going
just-
fast.
Wow.
Actually, this maximizes the usage of mana too, right? You have kill command and quick shot next turn with hero power.
But then you will have another
Yeah, but then
card
if, with
in
your
your
move,
hand.
there he had like 2 or 3 mana cards, so it'll be clunky as well.
You've also seen one swipe already, so might make an assumption that those
That's
spiders
true.
are going to deal damage.
That's true. You want a more sticky board maybe, but nope, it's not gonna happen.
Well, you had the hint. No, you didn't, because he used the swipe on the knife juggler. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Here, a swipe on Lotheb is actually super powerful. Are you afraid that you're going to die? Not really. After Lotheb and seeing one Arcane Golem?
Yeah, but after Lotheb, your opponent gets another turn. So, you know, you have to be careful with that. But he does, Firebat does have the Ancient of Lore to heal himself. So hopefully, for him, that, you know, pushes him forward.
Yeah, it's like I feel like you have to play swipe, and then if you do have swipe, you need to play Lotheb, possibly, to not die.
Would it be an option to die this turn? Well, no, not
But-
really, but the Sylvanas is useless.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Sylvanas is probably not going to play this game.
Yeah. Just plain Palette Shudder is way better than Sylvanas because it can drop a taunt.
Yeah. We don't know what that trap is, huh?
Now probably explosive, right?
Probably. We've seen a few hunters tech in some freezing traps, trying to be tricky.
Double freezing, one explosive.
Yeah, something like that.
It's also interesting how the guys prepared for the field, for the Swiss.
Mhm.
It's like, it's different how you prepare for this kind of tournament where there's 128 people,
Right.
and how you prepare for a 16 people invitational, where you exactly know who are you going to face.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Keeper the Grove is a very good draw here. Just you can Keeper the Grove just basically says you push for 5 more damage, and that is actually very insane.
Deal 5 instead of 2.
Deal 5 damage to the face, and spawn a 5/1. Right?
Yeah,
It's insane.
kinda.
All right. So
Does Torison reducing the cost of Sylvanas and Fire Shredder mean anything here, or is it just...
yeah, those are not going to be played. I mean, Firebat has lethal next turn if Zalae doesn't clear anything,
Yep, and he doesn't really...
and he can't kill his
Wants to do
opponent
that.
either.
Well, at least he will draw... well, he doesn't want to do
No,
that.
no, no.
So
he can kill, and he has to kill because he sees that this is lethal on board.
Yeah, he can count 17 plus hero power 18. So he has to, for example, quick shot the Emperor.
what about Wolf Rider does something else and you use the quick shot next time because otherwise you will be left with 1 card per turn and
No.
you probably won't win that.
You want to use kill command this turn?
No, so
You have to kill something this turn.
Yeah, so you
you
Wolf Rider into 5-3.
kill command something like low tap and then hero power.
Yeah, actually, it's better probably to kill Torison here, because it doesn't matter which minion stays.
Well, the thing is, like, if he actually keeps the kill command, he can get Huffer into kill command into hero power,
But
So you quick shot face,
and
right?
that's lethal.
So you deal 5 damage, and he is at 8,
But
9
that's-
after... Yeah,
Yeah,
after kill command is lethal then.
yeah. You
but
kind of.
that's like 1 out
that's
and
one
then
out.
1 out of 3.
Yeah, but is there any out if you keep the quick shot? Because
Well-
if you keep the quick shot, you have to like get something and you have to play it as
Arcane
well.
Golem.
Arcane Golem.
Arcane Golem is actually fine with the play that Amas suggests. Like, you
Right.
don't need Huffer, you need 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Because you'll have... kill command is 3 damage plus hero power is 5. He'll be at 8. Or is it 9?
Well, he went with my
Oh,
choice,
never
so you know.
mind. It didn't matter at the end.
Yeah, well,
So,
I would love to see the next card from the Hunter though.
I don't think Firebat wants to see it. So
Yeah, I
he's just
know,
gonna
I
kill
know.
him off right now.
Wow, he,
Come on, Firebat, shows the card. The BM.
And there you go.
Is Zalae stressed now? World champion is
No,
BMing him.
Zalae is just chuckling. They're having fun. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
they're both cheeky guys, right?
They're pretty cheeky actually. Yeah. Just like you, Lothar.
Oh,
Alright, so Firebat winning that difficult matchup with the Druid. He had good draws. He played it perfect. So now it's a tie.
It's a tie indeed. Well, I thought Zalae was bringing mid-range hunter actually.
Oil Rogue.
Oil Rogue?
Wow.
Well, it says oil.
Yeah. Well, there's no different archetype currently in the metagame, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's Oil Rogue or
Is
no
Backspace-
Rogue.
You brought Backspace here. Is Backspace playing in the tournament?
No, Backspace is not playing.
He might be playing Backspace Rogue if he would.
And just name it oil?
Maybe.
Wow, the mind games are real.
I don't know, but oh, now this is a very good rogue favorite here, I think.
Warrior.
Because
rogue.
I think Zalae's gonna be Patron Warrior.
If it's patron, it's
Yeah, if it's
in favor
patron,
of
yeah,
Rogue.
yeah. But if it's Contra Warrior, then it's super bad for
it's super
Rogue.
bad, but it is Patron as we can see.
Yeah. Because there's a Patron Warrior.
Yes.
That kind of indicates a full
Thanks, Lothar.
archetype. Yeah.
What do we do about you?
So let's explain why this is the good matchup for the Rogue. Mostly Blade Flurry and the clears.
Yeah, Blade Flurry, there's also spell damage plus backstab can actually clear patrons. You know, spell damage plus, you know, sometimes even like Phantom Knives if you get 2, right? It's not very hard to get like a Drake and a Thalnos, right? Just put a Thalnos
And
in
then
fan.
prep fan
Yeah, and
and
just
deal free.
So what are you looking for in Mulligan being Rogue?
if you're rogue, you want minions. You really want a lot of minions to start, and
Free
you want to
drops?
put you just want any minion. That's good, and you want to push the final damage with like spells. You want to remove minions with spells. The Patron Warrior on this hand, it's definitely quite tricky. Armor Smith could be a thing. You know, you want to armor up through, but without Shield Maiden and like you know, those higher tech cards, it's gonna be pretty hard.
I think for Patron it's more or less the same. It's you're playing the combo deck, so you want to get the draw, you want to draw into your combo
Right.
cards, and then you want to win maybe in one burst turn. And you want to. It's not like you're stopping the rogue. You might be doing some minion trading, so you want weapons to kill those minions, but then you still want to draw the combo parts and win. Executing what you do, just Green Patron, War Song, or Frolic.
Yeah, it's just you use your weapons to remove most minions, like you said, and you know try and draw the combo. But the problem with this matchup is once again the Blade Flurry is like very easy clear with all the patrons.
Yeah. What Warrior is happy about is the fact that the Rogue has no taunts at all. So if he is able to go with an insane floating berserker, he might just steal the win with
Yeah,
that.
that's really true. That's really true. So Emperor is obviously the best draw.
Emperor is the best draw for this deck, but you have to keep the Emperor until you draw at least one part of the combo. So Warsong Commander or Floating Berserker, because
Sure.
or another Whirlwind, an example. But
Yeah,
here's
Whirlwind is
a Whirlwind, yeah.
That's true.
So the best draw would have been before turn 6 or turn 5, depends on the draws, of course. Would be Warsong Commander. That's a Fury War Axe. Well, that's actually 6 damage to the face, which is not bad at all.
Yeah, it's fine to use weapons aggressively in this matchup. Just raise, put them down, and even if you don't get the combo parts with Horizon, if you have enough cards, getting free executes and Taskmasters for 1 is still pretty good.
Yeah. Zalae recognizes that this matchup is very much about patience. You know, you just don't want just to throw the Acolyte of Pain just to die to the weapon. So he just holds off. And he can kill the Shredder with a weapon.
There's the Floating Berserker, so one part of the combo.
Yeah. This is actually a sick hand, right? With Emperor and all these cards that can
Definitely.
just go.
No Warsong though, so he needs the charge at some point. He will be taking a lot of damage.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Oh, that's a pretty bad one.
Why would he? Okay, so he wants to play Acolyte of Pain, next turn just to get more draws. I was thinking about why not free War Eggs, but now it's clear, of course.
Yeah, of course. And you always want to do like the more expensive weapon first, just so you have more flexibility later. Healbot is not what you want to see in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely, because you probably will be burst down from like 30.
Exactly.
At least this is a free, so it doesn't spawn many.
Oh, a
patrons.
5 mana 3D. You play that, Nimsh?
Well, not now.
Not now, okay.
Sometimes it matters, you know. Like sometimes you just go into patron matchup and you both go out cards.
Okay.
I don't think this is the case though in Rogue versus Green Patron.
Taskmaster, definitely Taskmaster to get more cards for Emperor next turn.
Yeah, I want to cycle it.
Yeah, that seems like a fine play. He can also equip an axe, so that he plays Emperor next turn and he can protect the Emperor. For example, if your opponent plays like a 3/3.
But I think drawing more cards before you play Emperor is more important. Because then you know that you will have more value from the Emperor, and if an example, the one
Right,
card
right.
we will draw from the Acolyte of Pain will be a Warsaw Commander that will be cheaper for 1 mana, might mean lethal or not lethal.
Right, but the thing is, like, you're not really drawing a card. You're trading Frowning Berserker for another. You're trading the Taskmaster
Yeah,
for
I
another
know,
card.
but the Taskmaster
Yeah.
has no value in this situation.
Well, if you reduce Taskmaster down from 2 mana to 1 mana, it's pretty good because we know the Taskmaster actually deals like 5 damage. If it actually has the Warsong
charge.
Commander with charge, right? And it actually deals even more if you actually use it on the Grim Patron. Because it spawns another Grim Patron. It's actually 7 damage. So it is possibly a 1 mana steal 7 damage to the face.
He also has
Good
only
point.
one Whirlwind effect for now.
Uh-huh.
So Taskmaster will be important.
Yeah, this
later.
load up is going to be useless, pretty much, because of
Yeah.
the Emperor. So,
One of the worst turns that can happen for a low tap.
yeah.
What
You-
happened with Violet Teacher, by the way?
What happened with Violet Teacher? That's a very good question, Nims. Because it's starting to get phased out. Rogues just want to kill their opponent faster, and I guess Violet Teacher's just not cutting it. Not fast enough.
This is bad versus Patron because it spawns 1/1. So
That's
you can
true,
Produce the
yeah.
patrons.
But Violet Teacher is really strong against like Face Hunter because you want those 1/1s to trade for their 1/1s, so you don't stop the aggression.
You can say the same about the Imp Gang boss, right? It's pretty bad against patrons.
Oh yeah.
It's like awful.
Yeah.
Abysmal, you might say.
That's a good observation though, that Violet Teacher is starting to get phased out. So here's a pretty easy Emperor turn, to be honest.
Well, Emperor or Taskmaster now to clear the low tap.
Oh, I don't think clearing is good. I think you want
It's
to
just
play.
an option, but you know.
Yeah, it is an option, but you take more face damage, and I don't think you want to pick
The
more face
question is
damage.
if you play
You will get
Tori-san,
the
are
face
you
damage.
dead?
You get a what?
Sorry, I interrupted you both.
I mean, like, if you play Tori-san, is there any risk you're dying? There's so many cards. For
Yeah, I
7
guess
mana.
you can get poison oiled, something like that, flurried. It is kind of scary, but at this point, you kind of have to, right? Execute it.
good.
Wow. So that low tap turn is actually good.
He seems
Yeah.
that he's pretty scared.
It's pretty scary dying. Back out to Firebat.
Edwin Van Cleef. By the way, I was playing a ranked game
Okay.
in the night, and a mage played Sorcerer's Apprentice, Flame Cannon on turn 3, coin out Unstable Portal into Edwin Van Cleef.
Yeah.
That happened.
That usually happens. You usually tend to remember those games.
A 6-6 Gadwin is pretty good.
It is pretty sick. So now Zalae is in a very awkward position.
Second execute, so, well, that's fine, but you have to use Whirlwind in this situation. That's nothing. That's not the board you want to use Whirlwind on.
It's so awkward that Zalae is not doing any damage. Because here, if you have damage with maybe Frothing and Warsong, you'll be getting close to lethal. But right
Yeah.
now, Firebat has no pressure on him.
Yeah, you just gotta stall out for a little bit more. I believe he's just gonna play just clear the board with weapon, whirlwind, execute, and then just coin out the Emperor. Because a 5/5 on the board with no board from your opponent is really hard to remove. You know?
What about Acolyte of Pain, Fury War Axe, Whirlwind execute?
So you're left with Acolyte of Pain in the board.
Yep. And you draw cards, which might be more important.
You still need that Warsong.
Yep, I guess you do. Man, I just really want to establish the Emperor before anything. Hey, but Zalae is the Patron Warrior expert.
I was thinking about loot order here. It's interesting to cast those matches with Patron because there's so many options.
There is.
It's so cool that the deck can actually stall and wait. You're not forced to play your cards. You can just wait till you have everything you want.
Right.
And when he finally plays that Emperor, the value will be pretty sick.
Farseer and Healbolt.
Yeah, these are not the cards you kind of want to see. You know, it's not really that
Drake is
useful.
Drake is not that bad, but what we want to see here is Eviscerate and
Right.
Oil. Because
You want
the
to see oil, yeah.
Yeah, the Oil is not even... It doesn't really need the minion here. It's just straight damage to the face and Blade Flurry. That's it. It's like Wind Fury. Wind Fury weapon for
Pretty
Rogue.
much. Pretty much. That clears the whole board as well, right?
So can we finally play Emperor Zalae?
Yes!
Is this the time? Thank you.
There you go. There you go.
What about Inner Rage?
Yeah, I would have enraged there.
Right?
Yeah.
It gives you an additional draw for Warsong Commander, deals 2 damage.
Yeah, I would have enraged there. I think Zalae might have played a little bit too fast there.
And then also with Emperor.
No, I mean it just.
All right, is this
Oh
evil?
no! Now,
You seven?
if Firebat didn't use the pirate for the extra buff on the Edwin, he would have won right now.
Yeah.
It's just that there's no good activation for the oil now that the pirate is gone, right?
Yeah,
you
that's
need a
very true.
minion to stick, and it's kind of difficult for a minion to stick against like a patron warrior that just put down Emperor.
So you can use sap.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are definitely using sap.
Sap into minions. Or can you like just make the weapon as well?
Nah, I think it's
No.
just sap and
develop the
minions,
SI.
Yeah.
You want to Farseer, SI, and then just sap.
Seems
Oh,
like
you
a
can actually.
pretty good turn.
No, you can't.
Well, you can play foul. No.
No. I was
but
like,
yeah, the same. Yeah.
right. Yeah, SI is just much better. I like it. So now Zalae needs to clear both of these minions, and that's actually pretty hard to do.
What if Zalae gets the second throttling? Is he getting closer to lethal?
Oh, going for the
Ooh.
face there. Wow.
So, yeah,
Oh, Sludge Pusher is huge as well. Your opponent just used a sap.
you can have probably a second one, right? But
Yeah,
can play around that anyway.
Don't think so.
And you're still lacking the Warzone command. Like the inner rage now, you have to do it right now, in this moment.
No, you can also Taskmaster.
But 0 mana doesn't make any difference. You have 10 mana to your disposal this turn. So
Yeah.
if you want to play Belcher, right?
Yeah.
Then you have only 4 mana after your inner rage. You will draw 2 cards. So what can those be?
5 with the coin as well.
Let's say
You kind of want to find Armor Smith, right? So if you Taskmaster first, you might find Armor Smith, then you can play it. And then play Belcher as well.
Oh!
See? That's much better.
This might
Yeah.
turn around the game with the patron combo.
That is good. Firebat was pretty uncomfortable there, seeing the Armor Smith. Like, I would be too.
Still no Warzone commander though. And
Yeah.
this is the MVP.
It's fine, whatever. Just axe this creature and just Belcher now.
You should ask him a question.
Yeah, axe?
Ask him a question.
Axe him a question?
Yeah.
That's a big question.
Wow. Did we just really do that?
Alright, so Belcher this turn.
Belcher for your War Axe.
Belcher axe, yeah. Oh, what's
wait,
happening?
wait.
Oh,
Armor.
armor. Oh.
Now that's pretty risky,
That
right?
is very risky. Now sap and oil basically
That ends the game, basically.
pretty much.
And there's the sap from the top.
And that's enough.
Oh,
Yeah, that's enough. Well, that
yeah.
I don't know, but that felt like a misplay to me.
Yeah.
Well, Firebat is going to take the game. He just needs to count the damage. 14 points
That's
of health.
4,
It's
7. Wait,
pretty
that's
much
11.
Wait, what?
No, wait. 6 and 4. That's
It's-
10, 14. So
Yeah.
that's exactly full.
Yeah. I mean, oil is basically fireball at this point, right? So it's with Flurry, it's 2 fireballs to the face. So that's 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. So it's lethal. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, with Flurry it's enough for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the Armor Smith only gains health after.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, pretty good sequencing. Firebat
Yep.
taking game.
Zalae
number 3.
dies with armor
Wow, that
on
was,
his hero, and
I
that was
think
pretty
like
good.
I feel like that game could have been turned around by Zalae.
Yeah, Zalae should have killed the
Yeah.
SI.
Like he was consistent with clearing the board on the
Yeah.
turns before, and now he didn't do that. Like
Mhm.
He took a risk because he's seen one sap already. So he
That's
thought
true.
like maybe
That-
there is no second sap and he can just...
That's true. Oh, I guess another way of for Firebat to win was just to eviscerate the face, and not draw sap. For example, if he killed this SI and he drew eviscerate instead,
then it
it would be
have
Thanos
been-
eviscerate and then Flurry he would have died as well. So it was kind of like a bet.
yeah.
It's actually a bet whether you expect eviscerate or the second sap, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
But regardless, Firebat is actually up another game, so he just needs to win one more with his Hunter, and it's going to be a face Hunter versus a mid-range Hunter. Don't get fooled by the Leper Gnome, it's actually mid-range Hunter.
I
that we
love
chose,
the Leper Gnome, man.
I think we know that, yeah. Why do you like it so much? Is it because of the face?
No, it's just a good aggro card.
It's a good aggro card.
It's like it almost always deals 2 damage. when
Hey, I
that-
don't remember you as an aggro player.
You don't?
Don't remember.
I don't
this
remember
time.
you as an aggro player.
Well, I can tell you about that.
Oh,
like
Because the last time we played,
Uh-huh.
I won versus you with MechMage.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was playing Contra Warrior as well.
Mech Mage. Alright. So
Frank-
usually the person who floods the board earlier wins this matchup. Mid-range Hunter has kind of had to change their game plan into playing more minions instead of removing the board. Sure, Eagle Horn Bow removes 2 minions, but do you really want to take that much face damage? You don't want the Eagle Horn Bow in this matchup.
I feel like the Glaive Zuka is more potent in this matchup than Eagle Ball because it buffs the +1 attack, which can translate into like at least +2. I mean, +2 damage, not attack. Because it will create the board control at the same time and more pressure.
Explosive trap is pretty important as well. Oh, Eagle Hornbow. Eagle Hornbow is important because when you get durability, it's like every secret gives you +3 attack.
Yeah,
Not only the secret's effect, but also +3 attack.
that's true.
I think this matchup is very intricate. Like a lot of people say, let's go face.
Right.
But from my experience, like the player who goes face and loses the board, while his opponent is still like at 14, is going to lose the game because the one who maintains the board is going to push and win in 2 free turns.
Yeah, it's actually interesting that most mirrors are like that. That you actually go for board control more, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, Mech Mage mirror, you actually want to clear the board more with your spells and whatnot.
And when you have advantage, you start going to face.
Right.
But it really depends on the hand as well. Like seeing explosive trap, you might actually go for face more and then set up a big explosive.
Yeah, you could do that. But Zalae correctly does remove the Leper Gnome here. You want your face to remove minions and your minions to stay alive, so that's exactly what he does. Is Firebat gonna go for the God Juggle here?
Oh
Or
man,
just
if that's a
animal-
hopper.
Companion. Well, if that would be a hopper, that would have been horrible for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, 4 damage to face.
another 4 with the clear. A little bit fine. It's not the worst. But here's a very awkward turn. The Misha actually... basically, Zalae needs to trade 2 for 1 here.
Yep.
And that sucks.
Kill command and face.
Yes, seems Q command might be the best because you save the minion on board. And that Leper Gnome is going to deal more damage over time than the Q command. It just needs to attack twice.
Amaz breathes on average about 5 million times per year.
Yeah, that's actually not very accurate.
Yeah? Did you
Yeah.
count it?
Because I breathe more than like normal people. And like normal
You
people...
really do that.
I don't count it, Jesus. But it's just like an assumption. How do you like mad scientists and just pass here? Is that too weak?
So passive.
Yeah, that might be just too passive.
Yeah, but oh.
If you get Unleash the Hounds,
Well, I guess you have to clear the Misha then, right?
If you want to clear the Misha, I think kill command and face is the best option.
Quickly,
Okay.
I hunt alone.
Exactly what Zalae does.
invincible Leper Gnome, 6 damage already.
Well,
Alright.
he might die now.
Okay, so is this the time where you just do the God Juggle?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think
just
so.
you just do Mad Scientist though. So you might want to play that instead, but
But
if you win the juggle, you win the game.
no,
Not
let's not
necessarily.
let's not jump into conclusions as far as that is.
But he says greetings.
Says greetings,
Yeah,
can
well-
he hit?
well-
He says greetings. Oh no! That
well, you know,
word.
even with the God Juggler here, there's an explosive trap in the hand.
That's true.
So it's like those 2 cards are not dealing any damage at all.
That's true.
So I guess it wasn't so important. I mean, it was important for Firebat just to not get additional damage here. But for Zalae, excuse me, what is pronunciation correctly?
Yeah, I guess.
Zalae?
See, he says something else. He says Zalae.
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 Yeah, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess the explosive trap is one of the most important cards in this matchup. If you don't need the Mad Scientist, when you can correctly time and I mean
Correctly
correctly
time
time it
Right.
time it in the
Exactly.
in the board game.
But is it time for explosive trap though? You might go with Eagle Hornbow, deal 6 damage to face, put him to 18.
Oh, and then set up the explosive?
Yeah, next turn.
That
And you
could be a thing.
get
Yeah.
+1. It's like here you will be able to deal with those 2 minions, but you hope that your opponent will play maybe another one and will be forced. If he misses the juggle again, he will be forced to trade.
That's true. Or how about this? Just play Mad Scientist and Hero Power because you don't want to miss any Hero Power, right?
Yeah, that's true. And also when you just play Mad Scientist Hero Power, then you put your opponent in a position when he doesn't really want to hit the
Mad Scientist,
with the
exactly.
juggles, right?
Exactly, yeah. But Zalae goes with this play instead. Just gonna prop the explosive.
Haunted Creeper, well,
So Firebat's just gonna test the trap first.
well, he wants to test first because that would have been a snake trap. Then he just unleash the hounds and wreak his
Oh
havoc.
yeah, that would have been insane, but not quite. See, it's better to pass here rather than attack, just to kill off your Knife Juggler because the Knife Juggler is effectively attacking anyways with his
Yep,
with his
that's
power.
a very
right?
good move. And the
Yeah.
Paladin Shredder with 4-1 or 4-2 or 4-3 makes exactly no difference. 'Cause
Exactly.
it dies to anything anyway.
We also talked about the board control. So instead of losing juggler to the secret, you might be able to trade into something. At least that's what you hope for. But it gives Zalae a perfect opportunity to play the ball.
Yeah, but it's just so much damage that Zalae is putting out, and Firebat is still staying at 20 health. You still need to kill your opponent in this game, right?
Yep. I guess this is the turn when you have to turn the tide and attack. But the problem is there's 5
Ooh.
damage already.
I think I like the Mad Scientist before attacking and just blocking the traps, just so you have like a freezing trap. You can block like Arcane Golem and
But
stuff
do
like
you
that.
have a freezing trap?
Well, yeah, we just
He
saw it the
does.
first game that he has a freezing trap.
Firebat has that? Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I
don't- I
thought
don't-
it was the explosive trap.
I don't remember freezing trap from Firebat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
might have spoiled it.
Uh-oh. Well,
I'm messaging Zalae right now.
all
The
right.
Leok is really unfortunate.
What a-
Huffer and Misha would have been 100% better draws here.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Firebat, you really wanna. It's actually very difficult.
I like hero power, I think. Get them to 13 so that kill command is
that-
lethal.
Well, if that's an explosive threat from Mad Scientist, it does exactly the same as hero power.
That's
but
it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Should have killed off your own Mad Scientist for a trap, I guess. Because this is exactly lethal.
Well,
Yeah, but you
that
have
wouldn't
to
have
do it.
changed anything.
Would
'Cause
it?
Great.
Why not?
if that would be an explosive trap, right?
So he's still. Oh yeah, maybe.
Then
he
you
would
attack first with the face with
But
your
maybe
weapon.
it's not explosive.
Yeah, maybe.
We're going to a game 5
Yeah, again.
again.
Future match, and we have full set of games.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Like, more games we watch, more games to cast. And we are going to see Hunter from Firebat, the mid-range Hunter,
Right.
Against
Versus-
Patron.
Against Patron
Patron
Warrior. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's actually going to be a very close call.
Very close goal, and
Yeah.
it also depends so much on the ability of a warrior to make a comeback with patrons, or just drop patrons and threaten huge amount of damage on 10-6.
You could say that. I mean, I think it's just Patron favored because Patron just drops their Patron and then more
Yeah.
patrons come out and hunters can't do anything. I mean, are you gonna unleash the dudes and try and kill it? No, you can't. So it really depends on whether the hunter can draw like Savannah Hyman.
The only scenario where you can deal with the patrons is you unleash the hounds
Mm-hmm.
and you fill his board to the point where he can't spawn more, and you
then
damage
explosive
and then
trap.
explosive trap. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty terrible game plan.
Really terrible, but that's like the only way to deal with
Or
those.
how about just double Leok with Unleash the Hounds?
That's not
that should
bad.
work. That should work.
That's not bad at all.
So Zalae kept his Taskmaster here.
Oh man,
The
what a
prob- Excuse me, but the problem would be if there would be more patrons
then
than the
Hounds. Oh
doggies.
no, that's terrible. Okay, that's not good then. Alright, but here's a very good hand for Zalae, yeah? They all kind of make sense. There's a Fire War Axe as well. Everything just looks good.
Taskmaster for Armor Smith is great too.
Everything just looks perfect.
What about this Taskmaster? Is it important in this matchup?
Taskmaster is really good. It kills leper gnomes. Nimsh, I'm sorry to tell you that, but
Yeah, Taskmaster is perfect. Like, it's one of the best feelings in the world when there's a 10-1 leper gnome and then you just play Taskmaster.
oh,
It's-
it does feel pretty good.
Yeah, but then again, like, you want to mulligan into Whirlwinds, kind of, versus this deck to be able to.
Not exactly. I think you want to find your minions a bit more. Like, this hand is actually kind of like the best hand against Hunter, I believe. Well, not the patron draw. Like, the patron's like whatever. But
This is an interesting turn of events here because normally that would be like a knife juggler or any other minion than hunted creeper. It would have been the taskmaster could have been used to like kill the juggler without any damage, and there would still be an armor smith out. But with hunted creeper, you have to kill the hunted creeper with your weapon and then deal just 1 damage to the armor smith, which falls really short to a weapon from hunter. And the armor smith now doesn't really do much. I mean, it didn't do much. It's only 1 point of armor.
yeah, it's just awkward, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, I agree that Armor Swift dying only gain 2 armor is pretty bad.
So now the question is, are you going for the juggle? I guess you're going for the juggle anyway, and if you miss, you have the weapon.
Yeah.
To deal with the.
I mean,
Before-
Firebat missed the juggler already. Maybe he's
He's feeling lucky now.
feeling lucky at this one.
Bonk.
Okay, this is 3 points of damage.
Oh, there we go.
actually. Got it. He doesn't have the beast though for the Houndmaster, but still, I think you can play Houndmaster as a minion. It's a
Oh, now
4/4.
that is an insane draw.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
Wow.
take one of those.
0 mana card? Nuts!
A free pirate.
It's pretty nuts. However, do you play it now? That's a,
I
I
that's
think
the
you just
question.
Death Sprite kill juggler, play the pirate. Or actually, do you really feel?
Yeah, do you play the pirate? That's
No.
basically the question.
You'll
Yeah,
lose it to weapons,
probably
so I
not.
guess there is no point there.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you wouldn't definitely play it if you have like an Warzone commander already in hand. Because
Yeah.
then it can attack the same turn it's being played. Handmaster is so awkward
A
here.
5 mana 4/3.
It is actually 4 points of damage, and you force the weapon attack. So if
Yeah,
if
you
he doesn't
pretty much
kill-
have to play Houndmaster here. It's a 5 mana 4/3. You're not really happy about it. Oh wow, never mind. He wants to get another charge off the bow, possibly.
Hammaster, yes, that's one thing. But then again, just Hammaster can be used to taunt the Summon Highmane, and a big Summon Highmane, big taunt, will be troublesome. There's the BGH right now being drawn.
The Handmaster might be
Actually-
better for hyenas.
This could be pretty gross, right? Like, what if Zalae plays like a Dread Corsair and then play a Grim Patron? Oh, actually, the Dread Corsair will be wasted because explosive,
Yeah,
and then the
exactly.
Whirlwind.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the Grim Patron actually gains another dude. Maybe just kill the Mad Scientist better.
You sure there's not another trap? So that's freezing trap, right?
That's a freezing trap.
I would assume so.
Maybe snake trap?
Maybe Snake Trap.
Oh, there's a second freezing
So
trap.
you can see it's a
Oh.
freezing trap, yeah.
So now you know that one of the patrons will go back to the hand. It will be a 7 mana 3/3 minion.
But I think 7 mana 3/3. That's a Patron is fine. I think Patron should be 7 mana.
When he draws a
Really,
Tori-san,
you think that?
Oh man.
it's so funny that Tori-san can actually kind of unnerve the freezing trap thing.
Yeah, you can say that.
Wait, he did play the Hunter's Mark. So that's not freezing trap. Or was it? Wait,
It is a freezing trap, but the explosive trap is going to trigger first.
But not if you attack
not if
the.
you attack into
the
7
lion.
Hyman. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
bluffs
yeah.
snake trap here. Right?
Sure. Not exactly, no.
No, he just wants to...
Yeah, not exactly.
Alright, so why did he Hunter's Mark?
I'm thinking about it.
Well, so that the patron doesn't spawn more patrons after killing the hyenas, obviously, right?
But even if he goes for face, it was a 3/3. So the patron would spawn more patrons anyway. That's why he used the Hunter's Mark.
Ooh. Freezing trap as we know. So the other one is going to be explosive, and Zalae knows that now. Just going to trade this one with that.
Zalae didn't have any whirlwind effects. That's why he wants to use explosive trap to his advantage.
Right. And now it's looking really good for Zalae, basically. There's a Belcher, there's a Grommash. Grommash is the card you want to see against Hunter.
Yeah.
Because it just puts so much pressure. It just puts a time limit on their moves.
True.
Belcher is
Very
also an interesting deck choice. Not every Green Patron is playing Belchers.
Yeah, back then it was all Belchers everywhere.
Handmaster doing work right now.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
You just lost a 6/5 minion, but you got back a 6/6. And a taunt. On a half of that.
A little bit. It's not that insane. Okay.
It's not that important now because even though it's 6 points of damage,
Ooh.
Firebat is getting out of damage.
To be
from
honest, I
his hand.
didn't like that.
Okay.
He only has
So
one
he's
card
gonna
left.
do that instead. He's gonna leave his hyena with 1 more health, and execute is a good card.
I really didn't like that because your hyena is weak to everything in the warrior's arsenal, and then you can trigger
Wait, what do you
the
mean?
explosive trap. An example in this situation, execute on the minion, then you play face with the weapon, and you spawn more patrons in this situation.
Oh, you could do that, or you can actually use the patron to attack now because the explosive procs first. You get a new patron, and then this one gets frozen. Yeah.
So there was no
Zalae
difference.
should technically attack now.
Yeah, it should.
He should.
He
attack
should.
now. It's kind of interesting, like the order of the traps matters, right? So he does notice that explosive is going to spawn on a patron before freezing this 3/1.
That's why I didn't like not clearing the patron last turn.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
I mean, I guess Firebat didn't want to get punished by Whirlwind, right? Because Whirlwind would have killed his hyena.
this is more punishing.
This
because
is
there's-
much
because
more punishing. That's true.
Firebat needs something big.
And the bow is not quite it.
That's
I mean,
six
well, it's
damage.
6 damage.
6 damage, but the 3.
Now you
Three
want to
is
clear
not-
it? No.
You have to clear it.
No.
You can't leave it.
No, you now you have to leave it.
But this is not Face Hunter. If you leave it, you will have enough patrons that will kill you. In
Yeah,
2
this is
turns.
just bad. So
But
now,
there's 2 patrons in the hand. Like there's no difference if you kill that or not.
regardless, Zalae, it should be playing Grommash here and just setting a clock. Or you can play more safe, I guess. Does this set up for lethal? No, it doesn't really set up for lethal.
Nah.
Nah, Zalae
Yeah,
has all
he
the
thinks
time.
he thinks Zalae thinks he can just win.
Glaive Zuka. Well, that's a bad draw.
That's not what you want to see.
So Firebat is out of juice. Not really able to do
No
anything.
more secrets.
Zalae can do, just can take his time.
Yeah. Yeah, they can safely say that this is pretty over.
Even the world champion will not be able to kill you with no cards in hand.
Yeah, there's no single card in Hunter deck that does 14 damage. Or is there?
Double King Crash.
Double King
Duel.
Crush? No. King Crush should really just be like, you know,
888 charge.
At
stronger.
least
I
he's
guess.
got the taunt.
Yeah, taunt's not gonna matter now because there is an inner rage execute and Zalae is gonna take the game.
Yeah.
So
Not
Firebat.
really an upset, but
Not really upset. Well, it's, I think Zalae is actually like 2-0 against Firebat right now. In like in competitive
competitive formats.
competitive
Okay.
formats.
All right. I just want to remind our viewers that this is still round 1 of the Swiss format. We are just having Swiss split.